I have to be honest, my home network has become a total Frankenstein build. I've currently got a MikroTik RB5009 router acting as a switch. I have mismatched UniFi hardware that's struggling to keep up and cables that are going everywhere. So today we are consolidating. We're going to be ripping out the old patchwork, the old devices, and we're going to install a fully UniFi 10 gig capable stack that is finally ready for 2026. Let's get started. So the next question you may have is, what kind of hardware do I have right here? Well, I have a Switch Pro XG 8 PoE, I have a Switch Flex 2.5 gig PoE, I have a Switch Pro HD 24 PoE, as well as a UniFi U7 Pro XG. But this is going to be more than enough to get my network fully upgraded. We're going from 1 all the way straight up to 10 gig.
This is the UniFi Pro HD 24 PoE switch, and I'm using it to replace my UniFi 24 port PoE Gen 1 switch, which is no longer in stock on the website, but somehow still gets software updates, which is really cool. Anyways, this new switch has 24 ports of 2.5 gig RJ45 Ethernet, with 2 of them running at 10 gig per second. It also has 4 SFP 10 gig plus ports, which is nice to see as well. And alongside the switch, I'm going to be installing the UniFi Keystone patch panel and some accessories to clean up some of the cable management on this rack. The installation process seems way easier than it actually was. I had to have my dad help me put the switch in the rack just because of how long it was, and I think I got really lucky that it actually fit in the rack.
And then I think the best feature we can all agree they've released recently is the copy configuration. If we go on load configuration from the website, we can go over here and actually grab the switch that we're replacing, and we can click on apply to actually copy the entire configuration from that switch over here. And then all the ports are going to have all the VLAN settings that we will ever need based on the old switch. And while the ether lighting looks very cool, I think we're missing one thing, that is cable management. The next item of the video is the Flex Switch 2.5 gig, and this guy is going to be out in the barn for the cameras. You guys have seen the MikroTik switch that I have out there, and I have gotten numerous comments about how the MikroTik switch is not the right switch for out there because the MikroTik is actually a router and it's not actually a switch. So today we'll be putting a real life network switch out there instead of a router, although they will functionally be the exact same device. That being said, here is the Switch Flex 2.5 gig. This thing has 8 Ethernet ports, 9 counting the input, all of which are 2.5 gig, and they all have PoE++. You guys will see we're now up here, and it is a mess of cobwebs and everything that's going on. We only do have 6 connections on the switch, and then we have the 1 fiber connection as well. I am disappointed. I should have checked the uptime of the switch. I'm sure this switch has like multiple years of uptime because this battery like literally never shuts off. We'll be replacing this switch right now and cleaning this up a little bit as well.
And after a change of plans, I'm using this Pro XG 8 PoE switch instead because it does come with a power supply. The Flex 2.5 did not, so I'm going to use this one instead, which is even more overkill considering every single port on here is 10 gig, and the Ethernet ports do have PoE++ on them as well. It's going to be plenty of power for anything I'd ever want to do out here, including a PTZ camera, which I have thought about adding.
And we are going to go ahead and plug in our fiber connection. This is 10 gig single mode fiber that we have going back to my core switch back in the house, which is a UniFi aggregation switch. You may be wondering why I have a faster fiber connection in the barn than most people have with their internet connection. And the answer is because I can. There's no other reason for that. The speeds are entirely overkill, but because I can, and I have the modules and switches I need, I'm able to run 10 gigabit fiber on a location like this. We have all of our cameras unplugged so we can assign the VLANs before plugging them in. I'm now back up in my office and I have the Flex 2.5 gig PoE behind me. We're now going to plug this in and set it up. The reason I have this switch up in my office is because it's going to have a 10 gig uplink to the IDF switch that we did downstairs. That is a Pro HD switch, and this is going to connect up to that, and then my Mac is going to get a 2.5 gig port from there. For those of you who follow the channel, I do have a 16 port switch right below it, but I think it's going to work out a little bit better to have this switch just for my Mac Mini because I can have it over on my desk and I can kind of test things and plug things in at my desk and not have to turn around behind me. That sounds terrible, but it's kind of what it is.
Is this overkill? Yes it is, but it's so nice to have these ports right next to me when I'm at my desk.
And this is the U7 Pro XG. As you guys know, I have two U6 Plus access points here at the house, and I will be replacing one of them today with the U7 Pro XG. This thing has 2.5 gig Ethernet on it, which is very nice. This thing has a lot better speed for what I'll be doing. It has a new design, and it looks very nice as well. It's a lot heavier than the U6 Plus is, but I think it's a nice design, and I'm excited to try it out. So it comes with a cover on it, that way you don't get fingerprints on it when you install. The back of it is black now, and this does have 10 gigabit Ethernet input for PoE power and data, which 10 gig on an access point is actually kind of crazy, but there's no way we'll even get close to saturating that connection. In the box, we have the standard mounts and all that kind of usual stuff. So I've got the new access point here. This is, again, the U7 Pro XG. Quite a big physical upgrade, as you can see, from the U6 Plus. We're gonna be swapping that out now. So I'm literally just gonna unplug the U6 Plus access point, and we're going to plug in the new one. The nice thing is about the layout of the house, all the clients will roam over to the other access point in the meantime while I set this guy up. But pretty much, we're just gonna drop it and leave it right here. And now we have an extra U6 Plus. I've now installed the U7 Pro XG up there, and I'm happy to report I'm getting about double the Wi-Fi speeds I was before. I was getting 300 to 400 megabits per second on the U6 Plus. Now I'm getting up to 700 to 900 megabits per second on the U7 Pro XG, and that's just in this room. I'm assuming the coverage is much better farther out, and I've barely done anything to change my Wi-Fi settings in terms of channel width, channel, or even channel power. So really awesome stuff, great Wi-Fi device.
That's gonna wrap it up for today. We've done a lot of considerable upgrades to the network and to the house. It's a lot of exciting stuff, and I'm excited to get to test all the new equipment that I have. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and if you guys are interested in any of the products featured, please check out the link in the video description. I have an affiliate link, and I would love for you guys to use that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.